Yeah, and that does mean that FlyQuest is going to need to find the angles for the Scion, for the Pantheon. Again, this is not the guaranteed go button since the Scion ulti has so much telegraph to it.
Focus on the grubs. And FlyQuest, the reason they're opting for the grubs instead of Dragon, obviously is because they have the split push capabilities in their draft. They want that grub power for the Rise, for the Scion, for the Pantheon to be able to really put some pressure on the map. And G2, the appropriate response, they will take their Dragon.
Cross map is solid, but a very slow and controlled game with FlyQuest amassing an advantage, largely thanks to their map movements.
On the ultimate for Caps, alongside that super long flash cooldown you guys are already talking about. So if G2 want to fight Masu though, nice flash in response. Lebrov wanted to go for the flash pulverize, then get the headbutt backwards, but it doesn't work out. Now Busio sees Broken Blade coming in for the flank, but he roots him up defensively. FlyQuest bringing in the backup. Mantra Q hits Broken Blade and Lebrov. Broken Blade here on the very front line. Decimate's not going to find him. Caps and Lebrov putting a little bit of damage into Quad. They're going to catch him out on the very side of the fight. Miasma to lock him up, but he flashes away. Now Skumon's ready to come in here with a Nature's Grasp. G2, beautiful start to the fight as Bwipo tries to get away, but it's first blood over to Han Sama. Quad very low as he tries to escape, and G2 get a one for nothing.
G2 draw them in. FlyQuest trying to go around this wall here. Bwipo wanted to cut off the Casio that had no flash, but G2 was right there, Vedius, and so they blast him down, and they're going to be able to take this Dragon, unless Masu can snipe it.
Let's see, doesn't look like there's any chance of it. Not gonna happen. I said as soon as we saw it in the draft, G2 Maokai, they play so well around neutral objectives.
Angle there from Skumont.
And you can see here, both these junglers are big performers for their teams. Kill percentage, they're responsible for a lot of the action that happens here. Tier 1 games played though, large difference. Inspired being around a lot longer than Skumont is now. Looks like Caps has found plenty of damage into Bwipo as the Scion has to try to escape this Cassiopeia. Decimating smash right in turret range. Bwipo with the solo bolo on Caps. There's a snake in his boot and he's stomping.
Vedius right into tower range.
Right on the edge of the tower range is Masu now. There's no way out of that one. Beautiful angle from Lebrov. The Varus might have range, but when the Alistar gets the perfect engage, there's no chance out. Plays around the Dragon. After they find that pick onto Masu as well, they're feeling really good as Broken Blade's in some danger. Inspired's ready to join here with a Grand Starfall. The Infernal Chain's gonna pull him back a little bit. Broken Blade doing a great job healing up. Decimating Smash finds another stun. Quad's ready, and Inspired gets the last hit. FlyQuest are going to tie up the kills 2-2, and they're moving on, looking to take the first turret of the game as well. They'll have no trouble doing it. They got 3 grubs. There's no plates. FlyQuest are going to take that one, and now the next neutral objective or the next kill will secure either one of those feats as well.
Exactly, and now that we are into the mid-game, we're really going to get to see both these teams play to their compositions. Actually, sticking around a long time up there, Bwipo, they are going to send multiple people here. Can Lebrov find?
All right, Bwipo. Let's see if he can try to get out of this one, but with no ulti, it's going to be tough. Bwipo trying to keep the escape going here, but just turns around, goes for the decimating smash onto Caps. He knows there's no way to escape this one. Lebrov just providing enough CC there for Caps and Skumont to be able to take down this Scion. So G2 now claims the feat of warfare. 12-13 minutes. Those boots could be a big difference maker.
I will say though, a lot of this is going FlyQuest's way simply because all of the damage that was done in the earlier matchup meant that the bot tower was already very weak, while so many resources were spent on the top side for G2.
Himself out of the CC, make sure he was able to escape before Skumont showed up and provided follow-up lockdown. Quad making his way back out from the base, ready to join up with the rest of the team. The Rift Herald is going to be summoned up mid by FlyQuest, but G2 have already made their way onto the Dragon. Bwipo's going in. Looks like FlyQuest wants to take some sort of a fight here, but the Drake is already going to be claimed by Skumont. Broken Blade taking some damage here in the pit, but he's doing a beautiful job healing back up. Lebrov now into the back line of FlyQuest. Masu's going to be punted forward. More damage over the FlyQuest AD carry, but he's getting away for now. Caps has to run. He tries to escape. Nobody's dead on either side here just yet, but a massive force shot coming out from Han Sama. G2 and FlyQuest both hurt, both leaving, but G2 got the big win. G2 is on Soul Point, and they've earned themselves the boots as well.
Right now, FlyQuest kind of harrying them on the outside too, but it's so dangerous. Masu's almost dead.
Masu's at 50 HP. Broken Blade's going over the wall. Masu gets a shield there from Busio as they all try to escape, and now Broken Blade's gonna take a bunch of damage, locked up into the Rune Prison. A little bit more damage would have done it, but FlyQuest don't have it.
What is going on right now? Everyone is just so low, but no one is falling. FlyQuest got 2 towers in mid lane.
360 make it 6 in the middle of the sentence, but Hansama has completed Infinity Edge on the Jhin. Absolutely massive on that one. As Whippo finds Caps here, jumps right back in for the ulti. There's the inspired ult, and he knows this time. He's ready. He turns his back. He prevents being turned to stone, and they find the pick under the G2 mid.
An excellent punish from FlyQuest.
Objective, and G2's not even going to approach. Hansama's nearby. He'll fire off a deadly flourish, I'm sure, to just try to see if he can get the 1 in 100 chance to maybe snipe it out. There should be no world. It got down to 26. If there was a deadly flourish there, that could have actually been the 1 in 100, but
Good, we get
not
the blood
happening.
pumping. Little excitement there, huh? Even in the lulls.
For a bit more. Caps takes a chunk.
Lebrov?
FlyQuest with control over the river right now. Lebrov off to the side. He has regenerated his HP, but now Skewmont is down to 1/3. Inspired makes the engage on the Caps, and the Cassiopeia is already down. G2 have lost their cannon, and they're about to lose the ship. FlyQuest go in with a massive realm warp, and they're ready to chase down the rest. Lebrov is caught, and it's beef for dinner. FlyQuest are eating good.
I feel like Lebrov was so late on his reset back to base that it allowed FlyQuest so much time here to get poke off early. They got early health leads, and then they jump again onto Caps. They take down the Cassiopeia, and they will put a stop to the dragon stacking.
I think Masu's positioning was fantastic in this play, and afraid to throw out things like the ultimate, to use either Ryze's ultimate or the Pantheon ultimate, just to see how G2 reacts. And Quad now out of position.
Yeah, Quad is in some serious danger. Lebrov ready to set it up and catch the Ryze immediately into the petrifying gaze. Quad using his arm guard for a whole lot of nothing. It's a kill plus a wasted active, as FlyQuest had nobody around in time to try to back him up. G2 with a huge pick on the FlyQuest mid laner, now trying to make an approach towards the Baron as Busio and Masu try to pelt them with skill shots on their approach. Whippo and Inspired making their way up, but keep your eyes on Broken Blade. He's coming around from the side, but Inspired's ready to intercept him. Busio trying to get away. He's caught at the very edge of the Nature's Grasp. Broken Blade is low, but it does not matter. He's Aatrox. He's gonna heal right, back, up. Caps low, but not in that much danger. Seraph's giving him the shield, keeping him alive. Masu still firing. Whippo and Inspired trying to help. It's a 5v3. G2 make their way onto the Baron, and FlyQuest wants to step up to try to stop it. Masu's the only damage really remaining. Inspired tries to go in, but the Miasma's already ready to try to take care of him. Inspired throwing up the shield. Whippo and Masu stuck in the pit, looking to deal with the Baron. Inspired going right back in, but he's already going to be knocked into the Guardian Angel. It's stolen away by Masu! 2v5 now. FlyQuest trying to fight back. Broken Blade wants to get away. Inspired back to life for the Guardian Angel. FlyQuest with the miracle resist at the Baron pit.
Away from the threats, trying to remove the smite on the side of G2, forcing Skewmont to flash over the wall, and now the smite is gone. Even though Inspired loses his life, he has the GA, and now it's a race to try and last hit the Baron.
He has the Q. They pop it there. Really big props to Inspired. Inspired sacrificed his life.
Hit on G2.
And he's got the Axiom Arc as well for more ultimates to just keep throwing it out, looking for more, but Lebrov is looking.
Masu getting caught. This is massive engage coming out from G2, but Caps takes a lot of damage before Masu dies. Whippo's made his way onto the G2 mid laner. Lebrov and Caps are both low, but Caps still standing for now. Finally going to be brought down. Busio taking the kill credits as Lebrov wants to use the Crouch as an escape mechanism, but it will not work. FlyQuest make it a 2-for-1. They've lost Masu, but they still have Quad for the damage, and Inspired and Whippo are a hell of a front line. The tier 2 turret here on the top side will fall as FlyQuest continue their push. The Baron may have worn away, but they've got a full wave, and they've still got all 3 Void Grubs to assist with the pushing. G2 scrambling to defend here in a 3v4. Broken Blade and Hans trying to keep them away, but they just don't have the damage. FlyQuest forces their way into the top lane. They'll take out the tier 3, but they'll leave the inhibitor standing. They're trying to cover for one another as they make their retreat, make sure nobody gets caught, nobody gets left behind. FlyQuest take tier 3 and exfiltrate. Does continue to bleed after that. Remember the side effect of the Death's Dance. Whippo Trying to look for an angle here. Charges in after Lebrov. The Alistar is going to be the target. Whippo's here in the front line, but now it's Inspired into the back line. Hansama with a flash away. Inspired looking to put the pressure on. Throws up the shield. Staying alive for now. Still has Guardian Angel. Doesn't have to spend it. Caps makes his way into the fight with the use of the teleport. G2 fighting back. Skewmon looking for the back line of FlyQuest. Whippo's here in the front, but he's tanking a lot of damage. Skewmon putting the pressure on, but the firepower from FlyQuest is massive. Skewmon barely staying alive. The curtain call is open, but the show does not go on. FlyQuest continuing to retreat. Broken Blade wants the Q2, but he won't hit the sweet spot.
A possible G2 soul, but they're going to move for Baron.
Baron, yeah, like, Quad hasn't had a chance to reset. He doesn't have his TP available either. The fact that G2's forcing it, they know that they can do this super fast thanks to the Casio.
Okay, Broken Blade has made his TP in. Whippo's already charging forward here with the ulti. The Baron down to about half HP. FlyQuest coming around. Remember, Inspired still has the Guardian Angel. Whippo here in the front. Nice punt away coming out from Lebrov. G2 still going in, looking to take the Baron. It's secured by Skewmon. G2's going to try to fight their way out now as Skewmon is locked up in their own prison. And FlyQuest bursts him down. Lebrov has the unbreakable will, but FlyQuest will break him anyway.
I feel like FlyQuest don't have to hesitate.
Nope, they won't. As soon as you say it, Betty, Caps is already under the pressure from Inspired. Another Grand Starfall makes its entry. Another death for the Cassiopeia. FlyQuest will claim the mid lane inhibitor as Hans opens up the curtain call. He'll try to clear the wave a little bit with it, but Inspired doesn't care. FlyQuest in a 5v2. Hans and Broken Blade, nowhere to go. FlyQuest now onto the Nexus itself as Hans is forced back into the fountain, and FlyQuest take game one.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.